Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome to a brand new series of Airport CEO. It is the end of 2024, we're going into 2025 and this is kind of a happy new year to all of you. I haven't played Airport CEO in probably maybe 3 years, probably 2 years, 2 years time. And I actually didn't realize there was a new helicopters DLC that came out, which I thought is actually pretty cool. So we will definitely be playing with that a little bit, I think. So that gives us something to do that's new, I think. In addition, as is customary, I've been watching a few Christmas movies and things like that, including the new Carry On movie, which is heavily airport related, and it got me into the mood for a bit of airport gameplay. So let us start by beginning a completely new adventure. We will get ourselves a little bit of someone here, and we'll call ourselves, well, which is customary to be like Captain Chaos, right? And I think we'll just go for that again. No need to change the wheel here. It doesn't really matter this anyway. So let's get into it. I thought an interesting place to play would be somewhere like Istanbul, maybe. That's quite a busy airport. So I thought that might be a good spot to play as. And I don't think it really gets very frequent. De-icing need during the winter. Didn't think Istanbul had that. So maybe we don't want to do that. Generally, I don't like the de-icing thing. Alternatively, we could play Doha. Yeah, we could do Doha. Doha would never have de-icing. Let's do Doha. Let's play Doha. Plenty busy airport as well. So let's play Doha. Okay, so this will be, well, it's Chaos International typically, right? Chaos Chaos Airport Incorporated. Something like that. CAI, right? Have we done that before? I don't know. Can barely remember these things. CAI. Which is a pretty deserty place, but doesn't quite look like that in Doha. Definitely not that. Yeah, we want something. Oh, look at those. All of those. Something international? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. In terms of sandbox, I don't think we're doing sandbox, right? And we're playing. Let's have a look. We want a large map. That's definitely true. It's pretty easy to run an airport being CEO, pose no threat to your pension. The job of a CEO, so if it's moderate, can be challenging. Sometimes it's not going to kill you. 2,000. Okay, here we go. So it starts with 3 million. Emergency events are very rare. This one is 2 million. Emergency events are rare. This one is 1 million. Emergency events are common. And this one is 500,000 with very common emergency. I don't think extreme difficulty, but let's do difficult. Let's do difficult. I don't mind the money too much. The money is okay. We'll just have loans and things like that. But I don't want a constant stream of emergency events. Common is okay, but like very common. If it's just a constant stream of emergency events, it's not fun at all. And I guess I can't remember what the situation with Sandbox is again. Was that just free? Anyway, we'll not do Sandbox for now. I can't remember. It's been so long since I played. Anyway, let's jump into it and see what we have. Obviously, we're going to run into it's version 1.1-1. Okay, so that's if that means anything to you. And we'll play for the first time with helicopters. Now, one thing that I do find interesting about the whole helicopter idea is the idea that I don't really know of any commercial helicopter operations where it's like an airline, right? Where you buy a ticket and you get on the helicopter to take you to a journey. You point A to point B, and it's like a helicopter journey. I don't really know about that. I know obviously of chartered stuff and things like that, chartered airplanes and the likes, but other than that, I don't really know about it. Okay, so or of any of them. Okay, so this is quite interesting. The biome is deserty because obviously we're in Doha. It's quite an interesting one to see that. So that's good. That's a good little bit of realism, which I don't think was there at the start. So let's start the introduction. This is the build panel. We know that. We've got the R&D panel as well. We've got some dashboards and emails and all kinds of things like that. And we've got a welcome to the airport kind of situation going on. And we've got the economy tab and all of these kind of things, operations, airport closed and the likes. From the construction panel, you can deploy contractors to help you build the airport. Yeah. General aviation. I think we can remember all of these kind of things. So let's move on. Management panel again to familiarize yourself with various panels. English, speak some English. We've got all of these kind of things. That's good. I think it's changed a little bit since the last time I've played it. Once you have signed first airline contract and built an airport for commercial flights, this is where we'll schedule them. Okay, well done. There's so much more to do and learn by yourself from this point on. If you press H or the question mark in the bottom left panel, you will open the tutorial panel. If you ever need any help, you can view the current tutorial step and checklist. Press next to begin. Okay, so that's all good. We will leave it there. The airport is closed and all of the things. That's the planner. How do I close this? That's the flight monitor. I want to close this next. Have a delivery site. Okay, fine. We've got a delivery site, right? Now we need to bring in a contractor and all these kind of things. Okay, that's fine. We'll kind of leave it. There's the tutorial right there. So we'll kind of leave it there. So what we need to do, the airport is currently, hang on, it's very loud, the music. Hang on, let's just quickly go into the audio settings and we'll quickly drop our audio down a fair bit here. So the UI volume is okay, but like the kind of general music thing is not quite what I'm after. Let's do maybe something like that. That's be a lot more helpful, I think. Okay, so now that's okay. We don't need this. This is saying open green, closed red. Excellent, very intuitive. Okay, now so let's have a bit of a look. So it's a very standard blocky 4.6 style version. We can buy it for $7.50. I wonder if it's the same for all of them or if it goes, if it slowly moves along. Here we can close it, right? Okay, and then we could, that's the one. That's what I want to see. Okay, so basically we need to sign a contract, get some contractors on board. And that we do in the contracts tab. So yeah, our famous last words around knowing what we're doing. As I'm not too sure where the contracts tab is. Oh, we're going to find it. We're going to find it any minute now. I honestly can't remember. Well, it'll be staff, applicants, vehicle statistics tutorial. Well, let's have a look at this quickly. Welcome to the airport. See if there's anything that's changed here. Welcome to your airport. Thank you for your last meeting. You would like your new job. I know it isn't much of at this point, but hopefully you'll do better than the last person who tried to build our town's proud airport. You've got a lot of work ahead of you, so you'd better get to it. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Press tab to access the management panel. Okay, that's good. Staffing, purchasing, all these kind of things. Press H to go into the tutorial. Excellent. That is absolutely fine. Let's clear out this message. The other email that we have about the Airport of the Year awards. Okay, yeah, I guess it's just kind of a few things that we have to kind of bear in mind. So let's close all of that. So tab gets us this panel, right? Okay, so here we go. Got our email, got our operations, and we've got our construction panel, and here we get the contract. Excellent. It's all coming screaming back to me now. So let's sign a contract. We would like probably to sign this contract, which is a maximum of 94 contractors, an hourly fee of 5.7 versus highway. Yeah, that's not quite right. So let's sign with Brickley. So Brickley is giving us some staff, yeah, and now we'll be deploying the max. Now let's min this out a little bit. Let's not go too crazy. We'll get ourselves like 10 contractors to make a start. Now, I believe we have something called the blueprint mode, right? Room overlay, zone overlay, flight schedule, or toggle terminals. There's a planning mode, right? Aircraft infrastructure, terminal. Okay. Now we're in terminal under construction. This is the terminal foundation, so we need that. We need a runway, of course. I kind of let's quickly see where they're at. So we've got that. We've deployed contractors. I think that's just fine. We've done that. So they should be on their way, right? Sure. Can we move on to the next, please? When will my contractors actually arrive? Deploy. I need to hit the button. So we're deploying 10 contractors. Thank you. As a starting point, we'll see how that works. Thank you. Drop them off here. We'll have a look. Thank you. There's my contractors. We'll go next. We'll get a bit of an airfield. Okay, so now we need a small runway. Okay, so what we need to do is grab ourselves a small grass runway, asphalt runway. I guess a grass runway, considering we don't have a lot to go on. And what I was wondering is maybe we do... Okay. Is this zoomed out as far as we can go? It is. So what is the plan? That is kind of the idea. So I think ultimately we'll do a nice big runway at the back here. So maybe what we do as a starting point... we'll need to obviously expand this, get better at what we're doing, and so on. So maybe we'll just do a small little runway here on the one side. I think that's going to be just fine. We'll do that. We'll grab a grass runway. I'm not even sure what it's cost. Oh, 100,000. That's pretty pricey as well. So we will go ahead and sneak it in, maybe as close to the front as possible. We will be obviously making some changes to it. Did we want to be able to go both directions? Nah, let's just do that. So that will give us this. Now, construction will start straight away with stuff coming in. Building tools. We toggle the planning mode. That's basically it, really. Okay, so let's get the planning mode going. So that's okay. So that's we'll make that as a starting point anyway. And what we're after is a little bit of this, right? So do we... I'm kind of tempted to just... I think at the very end is probably about right. We'll just do it at the very end, okay? And then what we need from there is we need a bit of a taxiway. Now, for taxiway... This is taxiway, right? Yeah, taxiway foundation. And then aircraft stands. Okay, so now let's get ourselves some taxiways. So the most simple thing to do... is just to maintain it. So I can't remember the size of these things, right? But I guess if it's the same size of the runway, we may as well do that as a starting point for these smaller aircraft. And then, of course, what they're after is a bit of a few stands to work with. Okay. So I guess I want to try and max out what we've got here. So let's have a look. What are these stands look like? Okay. So I'm tempted to do you know, maybe stands like this, right? We'll do is 2, maybe 3 stands, okay? And then we'll give ourselves a bit of taxiway in here. So let's do that. We'll go with the 5 wide taxiway. I'm kind of wondering if that's wide enough. We will have to play this by ear a little bit. Okay, so we're going to do a few more stands. We're going to flip it around, do a bit of this. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. So that's our small stands here. Now, we do have a bit of a road going there. You know what? And this is why planning is so good. So let's get rid of these. I want to leave enough room at least for a bit of road infrastructure, right? So this is the public road. This is the service road. So we'll go with a one-way road. I like it. So let's go with that. So if we do this, I believe that's going to be just fine. So we'll give ourselves a little bit of a pathway over there. We will then grab this. Okay, perfect. So now we will slot them in. We'll flip it around and do the same thing on the other side. So now we actually have some accessibility there. We will go and we'll extend our taxiway just a tad to get it up to the end there. I'm kind of also wondering whether we just do a little bit more. Because these guys will actually bump out and go into that direction. Okay, so let's do that. We'll leave ourselves a little bit of extra room in that area for them to kind of draw back and go. Maybe that's just a little bit too much. Just the one line there is going to be just fine. Okay, now, and what we'll also do is let's plan out a little bit of pathing. Oh, we'll have to path these guys as well. But if we go back to kind of road infrastructure, service road, we will go about planning out some roads that does this. So now at least we've got plenty of accessibility in here. And the question then would become, what happens in between? But maybe helicopters. What do we say? Runway ramp not connected? Oh, I think that's because it's in planning mode. Okay, so I think that gives us pretty much everything we need. Now, how do we go ahead and build it? Build planned objects mode. Yes, there we go. So let's go ahead and build all of that. I am not really keeping an eye on my money. We'll do that. We'll do all of that. So let's get all of that built so that we actually have a little something to work with. Okay, so guys, move this along pretty quickly. Lickety split. A few more contractors maybe to get it built a little quicker. I don't actually know. We need wait for construction for the taxiway foundation, then connect the taxiway path between the stands and the runway. Okay, I think that we can actively do. We need to kind of pop that in there, right? Yes, I think so. Like so. There we go. Excellent. And we'll continue all the way that way and tie it in over here. Perfect. Now, if we don't think we can click any of this stuff just yet, I would love to. Can we? Hang on. Go back. We grab these things. Can we say? Doesn't seem. Can we do one way? Doesn't look like we can do one way, but obviously I want to do a bit of one way. Okay, hang on. Let's get some more contractors out on site. So let's get an extra, maybe 20 of them. I know we're gonna end up spending a lot more money, but anyway, that's okay. We need all kinds of other services in place, but initially we just need to have this a go at this. Yeah, we don't have any alternative. We have to have kind of the day-night cycle going on here. That's okay. And are we constructing during the night? Yes, it does seem like we are. It's the first time I've got this little sandy runway going. Very cool, guys. So if you would like us to continue this playthrough, I'm quite excited about it. Getting a nice big terminal built. Then please hit that like button and do subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this kind of stuff. I also play other things like specifically Workers in the Resources Soviet Republic, which is just the most awesome of game. But every now and again, I squeeze out a little bit of a simulation game, a tycoon style game, just for the heck of it. I enjoy this kind of management simulation stuff as well. So yes, I do play that. And if you want to see more of this, please hit that like button so I know this is the kind of episode you want to see. We have something walking on the. Is this camel? Can't really see, but it looks like camel to me. It's pretty dark out there. Hope you can see properly. But yeah, let's get this built. Let's get this built. Kind of wondering, sandbox mode would have built these things instantly. Makes me wonder about sandbox mode. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We don't have to do everything, lickety split. And to some extent, it does actually help us. It does actually help us. Oh, we need to place a small ATC tower. So let's quickly do that while we're waiting. Small ATC tower is what we have. I guess a good spot for it might be right up against this area here. Yeah, let's just place our ATC tower right over there so that can start construction. We're now not even doing the blueprints anymore. Bring this stuff. Should I just max out the contractors? Let's just do it. Let's just max out the contractors and get this done way quicker. So let's deploy the maximum. Please get all of the contractors out on site so we can move a little quicker. We can always remove the contractors when the time is right and we're not building much anymore. So why is this taking its sweet time to get built? I do wonder. Anyway, we will get it up and running. I'm going to keep these episodes fairly short, maybe 25 to 30 minutes. I usually, that's kind of a goal, but I tend to kind of do way too much and never kind of stick to the goal. So what are these guys doing? Why do they have something? Oh, it's the actual task that they're busy doing. That's what's happening here. Okay, so this is the runway. What we need to do is have this runway be the entry point only. And that runway, once it's done, it'll be the exit point. So they'll come in here, they'll park, and they'll head off over that way. Okay, did you know to improve your... now I missed it. Now it's time to accept your first flight. Okay, that's fine. What we'll do is we'll have this as the entry only. And then what is this saying? Arrival runway not connected. Okay. Departure not connected. That doesn't quite make sense to me unless it means that the runway is switched off. So let's go ahead and open the runway, in which case all of this should go away. Excellent. Now it's time to accept your first flight. At this time, we can only accept GA flights, general aviation flights, a small type of aircraft operated by private pilots, as we haven't yet acquired a commercial license. First off, we need to ensure that the runway and the aircraft stands and the airport is open. When this is done, 5 GA flights to complete the tutorial step. Okay, next. So we'll go ahead and go back into this and go to the operations tab, where we will then go ahead and open up the airport, and we will allow general aviation, and that will give us all of the flights we need. Now, I can't remember if we do it. What does this say? A small aircraft not carrying any passengers that randomly arrive and stay at your airport for a few hours, but they can only land and take off. This is a good basic income as the pay for runway usage and parking. Animals will naturally go away after a certain amount of time. Okay. There's the camel. There's the camel yet again. Okay, so we've got some GA flights going on over here. So they're kind of asking me for that. If land animals enter the runway or taxiway, there we go. They can cause damage to aircraft and slow taxiing. Build fences around your airport to keep the animals out. I guess that's probably pretty useful for us to do that, right? Place at least one fence to make sure it's easier for contractors to pass in areas. Okay, well, that's fine. What do we look after? We're after some fencing. So let's run some fencing down the side here. Yeah, that's at least it's not too pricey. So let's run some fencing over here. I'm going to go and wait for that guy to get out at least. Okay, and what we'll do is we will fence it up to about there. We will demolish these bits and pieces here. And what we obviously also want to do is get a bit of a fence gate going in here. So, right, we need a fence gate, which we will go ahead and place right over there. So that should be fine. Okay. Congratulations, we have a functional airport. Okay. The GA pilots are enjoying your airport, but some are concerned about the lack of aircraft refueling services. Let's get started with constructing all of the required structures for basic refueling. Okay, next. Redeploy, place vehicle checkpoint, public service roads. Yes, that's fine. Drag the service road and connect the vehicle checkpoint and place the vehicle depot. Place small avgas. Okay, that's where we're going to go. Please don't. No. Okay, I think even if you kind of get the animal stuck in the middle, once you fenced it all out, it'll kind of sort itself out. At least it seems like we're making money, which is great that we're making money so quickly. Okay, so now what I'm guessing we will do is we need a few different things, right? So now the next step is for us to get a gate. So not a world entrance, but a gate, a vehicle checkpoint. So I'm thinking something like maybe this. Could even do that. No, let's give it a little bit more room. So we'll give it a vehicle checkpoint over here. We'll get some public roads to go all the way in there. That's fine. And now what I'm kind of tempted about. Oh, hang on. No. This has actually. Hang on. Let's pause it for a second. So what I would like to do is let's clean this one out. We'll actually need to create a bit of a gap in the gate there. Unfortunately, I didn't quite think this one through. And now what we'll do is we will grab that vehicle checkpoint, and we will do it like this. Okay, so we'll do that, get the vehicle checkpoint in place, and for our immersion, we will continue to run the gate to where we want it. So there we go. So now it's going to be a proper a proper enclosed area here. I think we're gonna move stuff around quite a lot, actually. So anyway, so that's the starting point. Now we need a little bit of service road on the inside. So on this side, we're gonna go straight ahead into kind of the basics here. And what we'll need to do as well, airport infrastructure-wise, we will need some avgas. So the small avgas facility can actually squeeze. Can't squeeze in there, but it was so close to squeezing in there. Can we squeeze it? I think we can squeeze it, even if we have to. Even if we have to demolish stuff a little bit, I think we can. We think we can squeeze it. So let's not do it right here next to everything. That's our little gate over there. So let's do it kind of right over here, right? Oh, so that's the gate actually went away. That's okay. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to just go around it, right? Not that. The fence will have to go to the back of it, so we'll have to rebuild the fence. So there we go. Place the vehicle depot. Oh, the vehicle depot is the other bit. Yeah, I think we're going to keep doing the fence thing because the vehicle depot is probably going to be a little bit larger. So vehicle depot. Car stop, taxi stop, public parking lot. Here it is, the vehicle depot. It's a pretty substantial building. We will have it go in about this spot over here. Again, I'm glad it kind of just naturally removes the fence. And what we'll do is we'll just again go ahead and run the fence around the back of it. So similar to what we've done on the other side. So we'll just keep fixing the fences, right? There we go. So now we've got that. Now we need to purchase some trucks and things like that once that's built. I'm also kind of tempted to build some additional stands so we can get some more flights to come in. I think that would be pretty good for us, actually. So again, we can't actually double up on it like there. So what we'll end up doing is I'll just give it a little bit of a gap here, and we will go ahead and place them like so. Give us about a $5 in there. Yes, that's fine. And okay. We'll do that, and we'll do some taxiways. So grab me a bit of taxiways all the way up to about there. We will give ourselves some of this here. We will link them all up. No, we'll go about that much. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. So that's getting there. We will have to provide some internal service roads to connect all of these things up. We don't actually run straight through, which is something we can now maybe start looking at as an option. We haven't done it over here either, right? So we'll need to build a little bit more of that there. Okay, here we go. Excellent. Everything is starting to move. What we haven't connected up is this little section over here as well. So give me a little bit more here. So hopefully we can make a little bit more money. It's spending money to make money. That's the plan. Oh, did we? We rotated. Don't rotate. I'll get confused. So I guess that seems logical. Okay, now. Purchase an Avgas 100 LL fuel truck. We'll need to open the vehicles tab to do that. Vehicles tab, and we'll go ahead and purchase a vehicle, and we can only have the one. So we'll order one of them now. Sign a contract with aviation fuel suppliers. So economy, operations, where? Here we go. Vehicles, staff. Here we go. Contracts, offered contracts. Let's go to offered contracts. Okay, fuel. And we'll sort it by fuel, aviation fuel suppliers. So I guess what we need to have a look at is avgas at 1.51 per liter, 1.54 per liter, and then 1.52 per liter, up to 20,000, up to 20,000, up to 400,000 liters per day. We're just going to sign with Avi Fuel. There we go. Avi Fuel signature has been done. Wait for the aviation fuel supplier to refill the depot. The depot can take up to 30,000. There we go. We're getting the fuel, and now we're starting to do refueling services. Enable avgas refueling in the operations tab. Overview. Avgas refueling services enabled. Distribute evenly among available runways. That's okay. Doesn't need to happen just yet. So immediately we are now offering some refueling services at the same time. So hopefully we're going to see these nice green numbers to really pop up and flourish. So I think that's obviously what we're trying to do here. Lots and lots of planes arriving, so it's pretty reasonable. Okay, we may need to just quickly do a bit of a maintenance repair there. And I think at this point in time, what I might do is I might get a few of our contractors removed, right? So let's dismiss. How many do we have on site? We've got like 94 contractors on site. So let's dismiss. How do I? There we go. Let's dismiss 50 of them. And we still have 40. Okay, let's dismiss another 4. So that we have like 40 contractors deployed on site. That might be a little bit better for us at the moment. We don't necessarily need to spend as much money with contractors out here on site. Now, it does cost us money, I believe, to deploy them and then dismiss them, but I guess we'll make that happen. Okay, guys, I think this is a very good spot for us to kind of end our first episode. I think we've made a lot of progress. We've got our first 12 stands, and they're operating general aviation flights, and we are offering refueling. It's a fairly basic and bare bones, and we're making some money. So if we slow things down, we will still actually see the funds and the money come on in. Look at that, big numbers coming in there. So it's looking pretty healthy at the moment. Average 24 hourly is pretty poor at the moment due to predominantly other expenses, construction. Yeah, that's kind of the issue that we're facing over here. But generally speaking, making a lot of money from our income, and that's just rising at the moment. So I think we'll be in pretty good shape to maintain a pretty healthy budget here. We'll keep an eye on the kind of the average 24-hour budget. At the moment, that number is negative, but maybe after the second day, that'll look a lot better. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. As I've mentioned, I'm pretty keen to continue the series, and I'm pretty keen to keep the episodes at around 30 minutes. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.